Welcome back to Askewed Reviews. And today I was once again very lucky to get an early access screener by my friends over at Terror Films. In fact, I got quite a few of them. Let me tell you a little bit more about why. Terror Films is celebrating 10 years of terror. And the way that they're doing this is by having a bunch of movies available in the month of October. And they were nice enough to allow me access, well, it's more specifically screeners to all five of these films. So I'm going to be doing reviews for each and every one of them. And the first one that I'm going over today is Graveyard Shark. This is an absolutely ridiculous film, but at least the filmmakers do understand that, and it's easy to tell. I did feel very reminded of the movie Velocipaster when watching this one. Sometimes horror movies are great. Other times, horror movies are so bad they're good, and there's also times where they're so bad that they're okay. And that's kind of the category that this one fits into. So if the poster alone has not interested you, let me tell you more about the concept. We have our main character of Abby, who is a cryptozoologist. So she checks into everything like Bigfoot, the Jersey Devil, and apparently Graveyard Shark. So a Dr. Jan Lovnick reaches out to Abby as she's actually heading up a group of survivors that have dealt with the Graveyard Shark. Now, each of them has their own stories about the horrific things that they've seen and how they managed to survive. After hearing these stories, Abby and her coworker Greg have decided that they have to help out. So they're going to go out into the cemetery and see if they can discover what's going on with this graveyard shark. Now, the story of where this creature came from is that a fisherman was out on the ocean, and when he pulled something into his boat, it was horrifying. So horrific that he felt like humanity shouldn't be able to see this, so he buried it in a graveyard. But unfortunately, it didn't actually die, and now it manages to make its way throughout the graveyard, hunting down anyone that finds their way into his realm. That's right, I'm not joking, that's the concept for this story. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is a very silly concept, but at the very least, everyone seems to know that going into this film. Like, it's not planned to be like, oh my god, this is going to be amazing. This is going to be the most fantastic horror film ever. But it is weirdly and oddly entertaining. One of the things I do want to mention is the look of the graveyard shark. Honestly, this is such a weird and strange look. And the actual costume that they're wearing in this film, like, even though it's very easy to tell it's a costume, I really have to applaud the quality of what it is. I think looking at it, I would swear someone had done a Street Sharks cosplay and the costume may have just been laying around since then. But it legitimately looks pretty cool. Not super convincing, but pretty cool. I will also say the acting in the film is definitely not all that good, but there's this character who's like a captain, and every scene that he shows up in, he is so funny. And I cannot stop laughing at every moment that he just eats up the scene. So, do I recommend this film? Absolutely. On my scale, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5, but it was very close to being a 3 out of 5, primarily due to the captain character. So, once this is available for both streaming and for rental on October 3rd, go and check out Graveyard Shark. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Skewed Reviews. And keep an eye out as during the rest of this week, I'm going to be doing other reviews for other terror films due to the fact that they're celebrating this 10-year anniversary. I also very much want to thank Terror Films in general for giving me this opportunity to watch all of these films and all of the other screeners that you've given me access to so far as well.